Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Chapter 6. Looking at Bruce Wayne with a determined face, he didn't know what he was thinking. Jason sighed deeply. Bruce, you really underestimate artificial intelligence. As long as there is the internet, no one in the world can escape the tracking of artificial intelligence. Upon hearing this, Bruce Wayne smiled. Jason, I know you mean well, but the situation in Gotham City is complicated. Although Bruce Wayne was very happy that Jason cared about him so much. But he still doesn't think Jason's artificial intelligence can find Joker. Gotham is a deeply twisted city. The most backward and advanced things in the world can be found in this city. Coupled with the rampant crime in Gotham City, citizens take privacy very seriously. The Wayne Group's setup of surveillance cameras has met with great resistance. In many places, there is no monitoring at all. Bruce Wayne believes that if Joker moves on the main road, artificial intelligence may still be able to find him. But once Joker entered the underground sewage system, even gods don't want to find him. Jason glanced at Bruce Wayne, who looked disbelieving, and cursed a bastard in his heart. Before real artificial intelligence appeared, it was difficult for anyone to know what artificial intelligence meant. In the internet, artificial intelligence is God. Any terminal may become part of artificial intelligence control. Unless Joker doesn't have any electronic devices around him, he won't be able to escape the artificial intelligence tracking. Skynet, turn on unlimited search mode. Artificial intelligence is very powerful. In order to restrict her, Jason even had to set restrictions on her function. Only he himself can unravel it. Unrestricted means that Skynet will use all the internet resources she can use to search for a person. Among them, various private terminals account for the largest proportion. For example, ordinary people's computers, mobile phones, smart bracelets, TVs, etc. will all become the tentacles of artificial intelligence. Its young master, unrestricted mode is on. Skynet's voice just fell. Rays of golden light that looked like living creatures began to shine from the core of the artificial intelligence. In just a few dozen seconds, a translucent screen appeared in front of Jason. Target found. Unrestricted mode turned off. As soon as Tianwang's voice fell, several people looked at the translucent screen floating in front of them. A weirdo in a purple suit and green hair was busy with something on the screen. Look at the slightly raised corners of his mouth and his crazy eyes. It is undoubtedly Joker. This is impossible. Bruce Wayne shouted directly. Even the good upbringing he had always had was forgotten by him. He feels that his worldview today is constantly being impacted. He just said with absolute certainty that Jason couldn't find Joker at all. But in the blink of an eye, he was slapped in the face. His mood can be described as very complicated. Jason, how did you do that? Jason glanced at him and said, it's very simple. In just a few dozen seconds, Skynet hijacked all internet-connected electronic devices in Gotham City. Joker was then targeted through these devices. This camera was installed by Joker himself. Oh my God, how is this possible? Fox groaned directly. Gotham City is a giant city with a population of tens of millions, and there are probably billions of electronic devices in it. How is it possible to hijack within tens of seconds? Fox seemed to say this unconsciously. Bruce Wayne was also extremely shocked, looking at the big ball in front of him. Wayne Group also has research involving artificial intelligence projects. But their artificial intelligence couldn't even break through Wayne Manor's network defenses. The gap between the artificial intelligence in Jason's hands is really huge. Bruce Wayne couldn't believe how Jason came up with such a device. Nothing is impossible, Mr. Fox. This is just child's play for artificial intelligence. Let's take a look at Joker's affairs. What is he doing? Jason pointed at the screen. The Joker on the screen looks like he is in a very messy laboratory. On a messy test bench, something was being carefully prepared. But just by looking at the green color, a few people knew that it was not a good thing. Nitrous oxide. Looking at the dose he prepared, I'm afraid it could contaminate the entire Gotham City. Bruce Wayne couldn't care less about being shocked by the artificial intelligence, and said with a very ugly face. Joker's laughing gas is not laughing gas in the conventional sense, but a nerve gas. People who inhale this poisonous gas will laugh until they die. The death was very strange. He had seen Joker use this kind of thing to harm people. Now Joker begins to prepare his unique poison gas again. And behind him, several huge jars dozens of meters high seemed to contain the same thing. Seeing this situation, Bruce Wayne could not bear it anymore. Jason, where is Joker's location? Jason glanced at Bruce Wayne and snapped his fingers. A line of addresses appeared on the screen. 35,120th Street, Harlem. Quickly jotting down the address in his mind, Bruce Wayne decided to set off immediately. Joker is a dangerous person. If he had caught him sooner, fewer people would have been harmed. Alfred, I'm going to catch Joker, and you take Jason to rest. Yes, sir, Alfred replied and said to Jason. Master, it's time for us to rest. Jason glanced at Alfred, showing no intention of resisting. Don't look at this old man pretending to be trembling all day long. It looked like half of his body was in the coffin. But in fact, if you really underestimate him, you will definitely suffer. This old man worked in MI6 when he was young. Even now, dealing with a few lads is no problem. Jason feels that his arms and legs are now small. It's better not to resist. But he was very curious. Batman vs. Joker. This is a scene you can only see in movies. Bruce, I don't think I can go rest now. Joker is so cunning, what if something happens? I'd better stay here to provide you with technical support. Jason, I believe your artificial intelligence is good enough. Now you can go back and rest. After saying a word of concern, Bruce Wayne turned and left without giving Jason a chance to refute. Just as Jason was about to speak again, he saw the expressionless face of Mr. Alfred. Okay, Alfred, I'll go back and rest. Although having said that, Jason was still thinking about how to watch Batman vs. Joker. Chapter 7. Bruce Wayne speeds through the streets of Gotham City in his Batmobile. Gotham City in the early morning. Basically deserted. Ordinary people would not appear on the streets during this event. The people still roaming the streets today are either drug addicts or people who engage in various illegal and criminal activities. Fortunately, the Batmobile was originally very invisible in the night. No one has found any trace of the Batmobile so far. Speeding all the way, Bruce Wayne soon arrived in Harlem. Harlem is one of the most chaotic areas in Gotham City. All the prosperity of Gotham City seems to have nothing to do with this place. The buildings here are all products of the 1920s. In addition, most of the people living here are African Americans. The level of chaos and poverty can be imagined. Joker chose this kind of place to live. If it weren't for Jason's artificial intelligence, it would be impossible to find him. Near the area near Joker's laboratory, Bruce Wayne got out of the Batmobile and hid in the darkness. Pressed a few keys on the tiny programming computer on my arm. The cameras in the building in front of you are marked. It's obvious that this is Joker's long-term base. The location is very tight. The surveillance video has no blind spots in this small space. According to infrared radiation detection, there are huge amounts of space inside the house. And there are quite a few people inside. They should be the men gathered by Joker. I worked on the computer for a while. A drone flew out from the Batmobile. After flying around the building, there was a three-dimensional drawing of the building on Bruce Wayne's personal computer. Being a superhero also requires using your brain. Bruce Wayne hacked a camera with the device given by the operator Fox. Then he touched the blind spot of the camera toward the inside of the house. First, he went to the security room and controlled several security personnel who were watching the surveillance. Next, Bruce Wayne gradually breaks through. In order not to alert Joker, Bruce Wayne invaded very slowly. In addition, Joker has laid many very insidious traps on his chassis. Bruce Wayne also spent a lot of effort to break these. It took more than an hour to reach the edge of Joker's laboratory. Looking at the door of the laboratory in front of him, Bruce Wayne also breathed a sigh of relief. Remove the equipment above the shoulder armor. Bruce Wayne breaks open the lab door directly. Joker, you can't escape. After posing, Bruce Wayne rushed directly into the laboratory. But it was different from the hard battle full of traps he imagined. There was no one in the laboratory. Seeing this scene, Bruce Wayne's expression changed. Among the architectural drawings detected by drones, there is no other exit from this lab. Just when Bruce Wayne was wondering where Joker was, a monitor of huge amounts in front of him suddenly lit up. Whoa, ha 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 ha, Batman. As expected of Batman, he was able to find this place. I have to say, you are indeed the strongest superhero in Gotham City. It makes me very distressed. Joker, stop pretending. You probably haven't left the building yet. You can't escape this time. With a sneer, Bruce Wayne turned and left. He was going to find this guy out. However, just as he turned around, Joker's crazy voice came from the monitor behind him again. Whoa, 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 Batman. Indeed, you guessed it right, I haven't left yet. But do you dare to come and catch me now? I forgot to tell you, this base will explode in 5 minutes. I think you should be able to save the people in this building, right? Ha 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 ha. Joker smiled maniacally again. Bruce Wayne glanced at him, said nothing, and turned around to leave. Indeed, he was going to save the people inside this building. Even though the people here are extremely sinful and unforgivable. But he is still not qualified to judge these people. What he has to do is take these people to court. Therefore, he turned around without any hesitation. And Joker looks at Bruce Wayne looking back. A big smile appeared on his face. At the moment Joker was in a secret room in the laboratory, with only a wall separating him from Batman. Batman, I hope you don't disappoint me. Without you, there will be a lot less fun. Sticking out his scarlet tongue and licking his lips, Joker pressed the self-destruct button in the middle. Turn around and run. Go through the secret passage in the back. Joker soon arrived at the back of the laboratory. Taking a look at his laboratory, Joker's eyes flashed with pity. Left without any hesitation. But he hasn't taken 2 steps yet. A voice came from behind him. Mr. Joker, nice to meet you. Joker heard this voice without any hesitation. He took out 2 pistols from his suit and turned around and fired several shots. However, apart from a few streaks of fire on the wall, the bullets didn't hit anything else at all. Mr. Joker, this is not the way to treat guests. The voice came from the front again. A cold light flashed in Joker's blood-red eyes. He put away his gun and said in a hoarse voice. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am, I'm just a small character. Only then did Joker see the source of the sound. It was a drone-like device in midair. The sound came from above. Pretend to be a ghost. Joker drew his gun and shot him twice. However, to his surprise, the drone in midair used a very strange posture to dodge the bullet. Seeing this, Joker also became serious. He is a madman, not a fool. He knew exactly what it meant for a drone to dodge bullets. Ordinary people can't dodge bullets no matter how fast they react, let alone control a drone to dodge bullets. With just such a movement, he knew that the person facing him was not an ordinary person. Clutching the pistol tightly, Joker stared at the drone. Who are you? I said, it doesn't matter who I am. I just want to play a game with Mr. Joker. Hearing this, Joker's eyes flashed with excitement. He stuck out his tongue and licked his scarlet lips, and asked with interest. What kind of game? It's simple, I will be hunting you down for the rest of the day. If you can escape successfully. Congratulations, you saved your life. If you can't escape, I think Mr. Joker should know what that means. Well, now the game begins. As soon as the drone finished speaking, a buzzing sound sounded from the surroundings. I took over this game. Licking his lips, Joker suddenly disappeared. Where Joker stood, there was only a big black hole. Chapter 8. Crap, you run so fast. Jason punched the pillow hard, with a gloomy expression on his face. He was the person who just talked to Joker. As a loyal Batman fan, how could he not watch this scene of Batman fighting his old enemy? So I went back to the room and sent Mr. Alfred away. He directly used the tablet computer to monitor the scene in Joker's laboratory. In order to prevent Joker from escaping, he also sent out a drone formation sent from Fox. Although Fox is not well known in the country, but as the technical director of Wayne Group, he has quite a lot of black technology in his hands. The armor on Batman is only part of the technology he masters. The drone he used was also the same. The Bat series of drones he developed. The combat effectiveness is even comparable to that of ordinary tactical special teams. The aircraft he was shouting about was a model specially enhanced for speed and sturdiness. He originally wanted to attract Joker's attention with words, and then directly sent a drone team to catch Joker directly. However, Joker is more cunning than he imagined. He obviously realized something was wrong and ran away from the sewer. As expected of a Joker. It's just that it's too simple to escape my surveillance like this. A sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. Skynet, bring up the three-dimensional diagram of Gotham's drainage system. It's the young master. As soon as Tianwang finished speaking, a three-dimensional projection occupying most of the room appeared in the room. Jason turned the model of the entire drainage system with his fingers, touched his chin, and said, Skynet, simulate Joker's possible escape route. The power of artificial intelligence goes beyond tracking. It is also possible to anticipate the target's actions to a certain extent. The more information collected, the more accurate this prediction becomes. Based on Joker's psychological analysis and simulation of various data, Skynet can simulate several possible escape routes for Joker. After all, Gotham's sewer system, while massive, is not endless. Tens of seconds later, several thin lines appeared in the sewer model. Master, according to predictions, there is an 80% chance that Joker will appear in the sewer kingdom of Gotham City. Jason's eyes narrowed as he looked at the map. Gotham City is a huge port city. Because there are frequent heavy rains, Gotham City's drainage system is very developed. Almost the entire city's underground is being hollowed out, forming a massive sewer system. This has become a hideout for Gotham City. Many criminals who were unable to live on the surface after being attacked by Batman went underground. In the sewer system, someone dug out a huge underground space. In this huge amount of space, there are black markets, various buildings, gangs, and all kinds of desperate desperados. This place is called the Underground Kingdom by these people. If Joker wants to hide, this is indeed a treasure place. There are no surveillance cameras in the sewers. Jason looked at the projected map with a smile on his face. There are indeed no cameras underground. But there is the internet, and there are all kinds of electronic devices that various people bring in. There are many shops in the black market that deal with all kinds of illegal goods. And these can all become Skynet's spies. An ordinary mobile phone can not only become a camera, but also a recorder to analyze voice prints. Unless Joker enters deep mountains and old forests and other areas without network coverage, he wants to escape Skynet's surveillance. Almost impossible. Skynet, monitor all equipment in the underground kingdom and monitor Joker's traces. Yes, Master. Skynet answered and then became silent. But Jason knows that at the moment, the entire underground kingdom and all electronic equipment have become his spies. After about 10 minutes, Skynet's voice sounded again. Master, we found traces of Joker. Joker entered the underground kingdom through entrance number 214. Skynet said as he cast a projection from midair. The screen shows a man wearing a white mask. Master, Joker has been disguised. Skynet said this. A picture of one was projected again, and the similarities between the two were also marked. Only then did Jason see the similarities between the two. As expected of Joker, so cunning. If Skynet hadn't marked him out, Jason would have really believed that the guy in the white mask in front of him was Joker. It seems that this guy is not only talented in chemistry, but also very powerful in disguise. It's just such a pity that he met artificial intelligence. Jason shook his head sadly. Artificial intelligence can't only make achievements in transformation. It is also very powerful in various analyses. Like a comparative analysis of these two pictures. As long as there is a little bit of similarity, artificial intelligence can analyze it. No matter how similar they are in disguise, people's little habits are different. Everyone has their own micro movements. These are very difficult to change. Artificial intelligence can analyze the true identities of these people through these tiny movements. Shaking his head, Jason spoke directly. Send out a drone team and surround him. Game over. He is not as kind as Batman. In order to stick to the justice and bottom line in his heart, he can be so tolerant to these extremely evil people. If Joker is caught by him, there will only be one end. That is death. 10 minutes passed quickly. Under the direction of Skynet, no one quickly arrived at the underground kingdom. In silent mode, Joker is slowly surrounded. At this moment, Joker is still unaware. Wait until the drone circle is formed. Jason once again controlled a drone and entered the cave where Joker was. There are also buildings in the underground kingdom, but they are very small and dark. Fortunately, the drone has an infrared mode, which allows Jason to see the scene inside. Mr. Joker. As soon as Jason said something, several bullets flew towards him. Look at the bullets that gradually enlarge on the screen. Jason also broke out in a cold sweat. Good thing he didn't go looking for Joker himself. Otherwise, even with the body of his cheap dad Batman, he might be beaten into pieces. Calm down, Jason said over the drone again. Mr. Joker, I think you should calm down. As Jason spoke, he controlled several drones to emerge from the shadows. Seeing this mecha drone, even Joker froze. Several drones had dark automatic rifles hanging under them, and one had a bunch of grenades hanging under them. Joker considers himself a madman, but he still doesn't dare to move at all. He didn't want to die with a pile of scrap metal. Looking at Joker on the screen, Jason smiled. At the moment, Joker can really be regarded as having no way to heaven and no way to earth. Chapter 9. It's not a good feeling to be pointed at a gun. Especially a loaded automatic rifle. It's hard for anyone to stay calm when a cold black hole is pointing a gun at you. However, among these people, doesn't include Joker. Rather than saying that Joker is a human being, it is better to say that he is an extremely twisted soul. His existence seems to be to prove that there is no light in the world. He is the representative of darkness. Joker was already dead when he was tortured by his father. And what is alive is just a twisted soul. A dead man is naturally not afraid of death. Joker can still laugh when being pointed at by several cold automatic rifles. Wow, you really went to great lengths to catch me. Let me guess who you are. Falcone. Or a member of the Maroni family. No, they don't have such technology. Are you from the Wayne family? Joker said to himself nervously while smiling. Completely disregard a few drones loaded with these murderous weapons is nothing. Mr. Joker, you do know a lot, but you haven't touched the essence. In Gotham City, the Wayne family is not the only one who masters advanced technology. Jason said mysteriously. Although Joker will definitely die today, he still doesn't want to reveal his identity. Both DC and Marvel are equally dangerous worlds. Not to mention the superposition of the two. There were really monsters everywhere, and there were as many gods as dogs. What if someone else knows his identity, or kidnaps him because of his cleverness? There are too many magical powers in this world, even Mephitis has them. Jason thought it would be better for him to keep a low profile. Therefore, he directly prepared to hide his identity and pass the blame to others. Sure enough, Joker became interested when he heard what he said. Are you from Stag? Stag is another large high-tech company in Gotham City. Stark Industries is to Gotham City what Stark Industries is to New York City. Very powerful. He's just an out-and-out arms dealer. And it goes even further than Stark Industries, often arresting people for human experiments in secret. Don't compare me to those arms dealers from Stag. Jason said, pretending to be unhappy. Wow, sir, it seems you have a great background. Joker made an exaggerated expression and an exaggerated smile appeared on his face. Joker, you don't have to act crazy, it won't do me any good. I know you very well. Before you started committing crimes, you were just an ordinary person, and you were an ordinary person who was rejected by your parents. Am I right, Mr. Jack? That's enough. Stop talking. The smile on Joker's face suddenly disappeared, and he looked at the drone fiercely. Jason smiled behind the monitor. Everyone has their own bottom line. For example, Joker is most taboo about others telling him his true identity and his parents. Freeze's Achilles' heel is his wife. Everyone has weaknesses, including crazy people. It turns out that a madman like you can also be angry. I thought you were just a madman. Jason said sarcastically. Joker said nothing, looked at the drone hard, and looked around. It's like looking for Jason, more like looking for a way to leave. Mr. Joker, don't think about escaping. I can tell you, you're dead today. I'm not as pedantic as Batman. Joker looked around and showed his signature crazy smile again. Wow, who did I think you were? Turns out you're another pathetic guy who thinks he's righteous. Ah, Jason laughed. Maybe, I'm a wretch, aren't you? Compared to you, at least I have a harmonious family. Joker's eyebrows jumped when he heard this. If it weren't for the drone, Joker felt that he would have used the most cruel punishment in the world to deal with the man in front of him. However, he quickly controlled his emotions. Wow, what a righteous tone, but the justice you worship is just a disgusting skin. Okay, Mr. Joker, there's no need to preach your story. The fact that you have been treated unfairly is no excuse for you to be cynical. Some people can still become messengers of justice even if they see their parents being shot. You are just looking for a high-sounding excuse for your own selfishness and to satisfy your own twisted desires. The difference between you and me is that I can control my desires, but you are just a slave to them. What's more, compared to the Court of Owls, you are just a minor role. Jason's tone was full of sarcasm. He does look down on Joker. If it weren't for his extraordinary IQ, Joker would be just an ordinary psychopath. His tragic experience is no excuse for him to take revenge on society. Ha, your justice is just. Joker still wanted to argue nonchalantly. Stop it, Mr. Joker, I'm afraid you don't even know what the Court of Owls is, do you? The sins you boast about are not that outstanding. Jason sneered. Gotham is not called Sin City because of a few super ability criminals. The Court of Owls hidden deep in the city and many criminal organizations are the root of the birth of Gotham's evil. Even Wayne Group was once part of this behind-the-scenes group. Without Batman, Joker would really just be a Joker who wreaks havoc. Okay, Mr. Joker, do you have any last words? If you don't have it, I will send you to meet your god. Oh, no, people like you will definitely go to hell. By the way, let me tell you, whether you believe it or not, hell actually exists. Sir, I don't think we have any essential conflict. I think we can still talk. I can give you a lot of money. Joker said while laughing. Although he is not afraid of death, it does not mean that he wants to die. There's a lot he hasn't accomplished yet, he hasn't defeated Batman yet. He can't die. The stolen money, Jason said sarcastically. Okay, Mr. Joker, if you do something, be prepared to suffer the consequences. I think what you committed is enough to sentence you to death. Although there is no such punishment in Gotham City, it is just a way out for themselves by these guys who made the law. I don't have that argument here. Don't worry, it won't be painful. With that said, Jason started the drone without saying a word. But to his surprise, his drone didn't move at all. The lethal poison bullets in the muzzle were not ejected from the muzzle at all. How can it be? Jason muttered to himself. Chapter 10. In a dark and narrow underground space, several dark drones floated in the air, making creaking sounds. Opposite him, Joker, wearing purple clothes, had a crazy smile on his face. How can it be? Sir, with the help of your words, nothing is impossible. Ha 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 ha. Listening to Joker's wild laughter, a trace of solemnity flashed across Jason's face. As expected of Joker, Gotham City's most feared villain. With a mortal body, he has accomplished many things that super ability villains cannot do. It's really not that simple to kill him. Skynet, scan and analyze. Although the drone cannot move, it can still transmit video signals. He could still see the effects of the drone's transmission. It shouldn't be a device that directly destroys machinery. Taking advantage of Skynet's scanning, Joker spoke again. Sir, although you are not here personally, I think we can still talk. What do you want to talk about? Jason said. Joker's ability to confuse people is very strong. He actually didn't want to talk to Joker. But being idle is also idle. I want to know what the Court of Owls is. Joker's eyes flashed. As one of the top villains in Gotham City, he knows organizations both big and small in Gotham City. But he had never heard of the Court of Owls. And according to what everyone said, the Court of Owls is still a very powerful organization. This made him very interested. Is there an organization more evil than him in Gotham City? When Jason heard this, he let out a laugh in the drone. It turns out you are curious about something. I thought the madman only had destruction in his mind. No, sir, you misunderstood. It's just my art that you don't understand. How about we make a deal? The price of these drones should be very high, as long as you tell me about the Court of Owls. How about I just let these little things go? Joker licked his scarlet lips and said very excitedly. Hearing Joker's words, Jason laughed in his heart. These drones are indeed very expensive. Each one costs several $1 million, not counting R&D costs. However, this thing is just a drop in the bucket for Wayne Group. The Wayne family doesn't care about this money at all. Joker's wishful thinking was wrong. Joker, don't think about it, I won't tell you. Besides, it's just a strong electromagnetic restraint device. I really don't think I can do anything about it. Jason said via drone. Joker is truly a joker. A highly intelligent criminal genius. This kind of thing can be made. Although the main body of the drone is mostly made of carbon fiber, there is still a metal structure inside. Nature is bound by magnetic fields. However, this does not trouble him. Jason worked on the tablet a few times. A few dazzling electric lights flashed on the drone in the underground space, and then it resumed activity. However, Joker is not an easy person to get along with either. As early as when an abnormality occurred on the drone, Joker took action. 2 hands from behind the vest were pulled out directly from behind. The pistol in his hand kept firing, and the drone not only fell from midair. Seeing the impact from the drone, Jason's jaw almost dropped to the ground. The underground space is very dark. If it weren't for the infrared camera on the drone, nothing would be visible to the naked eye. Not to mention the black protective color of the drone. It was under this circumstance that Joker shot down almost all the mobile drones. It relies on the flash of lightning from the drone. There was also the sound of propellers in midair. Jason was shocked. It is true that Joker does not have super abilities, but this is not something ordinary people can do. What is the difference between this and having super ability? Sure enough, God treats some people favorably. Even if he has a high IQ, his physical fitness is also so good. Snap, snap, snap. Jason applauded Joker very sincerely. As expected, Mr. Joker, with such strength. Even the special forces of the Navy SEALs are nothing more than this. No, Joker bowed. At the moment, Joker is completely like a personable gentleman. Not like a lunatic at all. Now, sir, can we have a word? Joker said very elegantly. Elegance and crazy temperament are integrated in him, without any abruptness at all. But Jason shook his head regretfully. Mr. Joker, I'm afraid not yet. Why? Joker asked, very confused. I don't seem to understand why Jason said that. Snapped. Jason snapped his fingers, and dozens of drones flew out of the darkness again. The muzzle of the black hole was pointed at Joker again. Do you understand now? Jason controlled the drone and said condescendingly. Facing Joker, he won't relax. The lion fights the rabbit with all his strength. Besides, Joker is not a harmless little white rabbit. Naturally, he had to use his full strength. He sent out 100 drones, almost all of Bruce Wayne's inventory. What Joker faced was only a small part. Joker felt a little twitchy when he saw these dense drones. Big dog owner. I scolded this unknown guy hard in my heart. This kind of drone that can carry an automatic rifle and withstand strong recoil is very expensive. A few $1 million at least. How many banks can he rob once? Tens of millions at most. But the drone in front of him is worth at least hundreds of millions. The expression on Joker's face became even more distorted. It seems that you are going to great lengths to deal with me. No, these are just fractions, not much money. Jason said in a relaxed tone. He spent billions just developing artificial intelligence. This is still after mastering the specific technology. Fortunately, his cheap guy is rich. Otherwise, it would be basically impossible for him to develop artificial intelligence. These are really just scraps. Hearing this, Joker's expression became distorted again. These rich people are nothing. What are you doing now, Mr. Joker? Your strong magnetic restraint device probably has no energy. In a poor place like the Underground Kingdom, I don't think you have much usable energy. I wonder what other trump cards you have. If you don't take it out now, I'm afraid you won't have a chance. Hearing Jason's words, Joker lowered his head. After a while, his body began to twitch. Then burst out into a high-pitched laughter. Ha 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 ha. Jason looked at Joker, who was laughing wildly, confused. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.